Hey guys, Katie from kateyleigh.com here today. You guys, I just felt like I needed to do another video. You might have seen the video that I posted this morning about me getting out and going for a walk and getting some exercise to get back in shape so that I have enough energy and strength and vitality to travel the way that I want to travel. You know, when I'm lugging my luggage through different airports and to different hotels or accommodations, wherever it is I'm staying, you know, it's going to be really important for me to be in shape in with my body. I know that for sure. And so I went for this walk. The coolest things happened to me when I was just on this walk. And it's this phenomenon that's been happening to me a lot recently, that ever since I have started to move in the direction that I feel the calling for, and you know, shifting my life to live out my dreams, and not only does everything seem to be falling into place and the right people coming into my life at the right time with the right opportunities, you know, it's just, I feel like I'm totally getting into the flow of life. And those who have known me over the past year know that I've gone on quite a spiritual journey over the past year, really understanding energy and our lives, and how we can really harness the power of understanding energy in our life for the betterment of our lives. You know, everything is energy. Everything. Albert Einstein, E equals mc squared. Energy equals matter times the speed of light squared, right? Everything is energy. And once I understood that and started looking at my life and my surroundings as energetic beings and not just a tree or a lake or, you know, a house or anything like that, that I actually looked at it from an energetic perspective, just the coolest, most miraculous things have started happening to me. And I just realized that I think I'm starting to finally get into the flow of life that you hear all those spiritual gurus talk about, and they get into the flow and synchronicity and, you know, find your vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, this stuff like actually works. Once you get into the flow. So anyway, I digress. I'm going off on a tangent there, but I want to tell you what happened on this walk. So I did that video before I went on the walk, and you know, I walk. It's a beautiful 45-minute walk trail around a lake that's close to me, and there's obviously lots of wildlife. It's in a protected park, provincial park near me, and so there's typically lots of wildlife. And, you know, I've seen in the past year, I've seen bears there, I've seen deer, coyotes, raccoons, all types of birds, bunny rabbits, lots. And that's why I love going to this spot, because there are so many wildlife that are there. So it just started off, my walk was really funny. I just felt really connected to nature. Oh, and the other piece I should say about the whole spirituality thing and finding energy was, I've become obsessed with nature. Even though I always knew I loved nature, I now realize the power of nature, and I completely honor how powerful nature is now. And I just realize how important it is for me in my life. So I started on this nature trail, and I started going, and out of nowhere, I felt this thing kind of a flutter along my arm, and I looked down and it was a moth. And then it kind of like fist bumped me. It was really weird. Like it just hit just kind of hit me like this, and then just took off and flew away. I was like, well, that's kind of strange. You know, how did I attract that? And then I was walking along, and I noticed that these cute little birds, were just attracted to me. And I would watch them as they were, you know, picking up little seed stuff on the ground. And then when I would walk past them on the path, they would start running towards me and following me. And then I even had a pack of 3 dogs that someone was walking. I surprised them, and so the dogs started growling and barking. And then when I got closer to them, they all started whining and coming over to me and let me pet them, and they were super cute. And it was just like, I don't know, they just went from, being startled and then realized that I had good energy, I guess, and they came over and started chatting to me. And then dragonflies caught my eye, and there were beautiful dragonflies flying all over the place. And as I was walking across this jetty, like a dock that you have to cross at one point on this trail, I saw these two butterflies beside me were, I think they're probably mating, but they were two of them combined, kind of flitting and floating around. And I was thinking about how gorgeous dragonflies are and how much I love them. And then I looked down into the water and I saw this beautiful blue dragonfly was in the water and its wings were wet and it couldn't get out. And I noticed that one of its wings were actually damaged. And so I stopped my walk and I kind of went around down into the water and I scooped the dragonfly out of the water, and then I put him on the deck there so that he could dry off his wings and do whatever he needed to do. And then and then the last thing was I was walking along the trail and there's this log that lies, it's just off the trail and it's obviously fallen over right into the lake. And the tip of it here is sitting in the lake. And I've always, always, always wanted to walk out there because I thought it would be a beautiful view to see the lake from that perspective. But it's typically been raining or wet, so it looked really slippery, and I was just really nervous and kind of fearful, like, oh, what if it breaks? And I walked past that log today, and because I'm leaving soon, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop making excuses. I'm going to just do it. I'm just going to go out onto that log, and I am just going to sit there and enjoy, or stand there and enjoy the scenery. So I do. I walk out there. I was a little bit nervous, teetering my way out there. And, I'm standing there and I'm looking all around at this gorgeous view. And then something catches my eye and I look down to my left and there is the most beautiful assortment of lily pads right there. And in the middle of one of the lily pads is this amazing, amazing lotus flower in full bloom with pale pink petals and the yellow little sprigs in the middle. Oh my gosh, it was so gorgeous. I'm getting tingles just talking about it right now. But I felt so blessed to receive that beautiful gift after overcoming my fear and doing something that I always wanted to do. And I was laughing to myself, thinking, this is the story of this past week. Finally, things are moving. Finally, I'm doing things that I want to do. And look how I'm being rewarded. Like all of these amazing natural things are just being drawn to me when I go out and about. Oh, and I forgot the very coolest thing. So then I was driving back to my condo from the provincial park. And as I'm coming around the corner, I see a car stopped up on the other side of the road. And I'm like, well, that's weird. And I look, and there is a huge black bear right in the middle of the road, just kind of walking along, went from one side of the road to the other, sniffing the side of the road a little bit. And then we watched him go up the ditch, up and over. And I was going to bring up my phone, but it was like too mesmerizing. And I was just so in shock after seeing all of these amazing gifts from nature that I received today. And like within an hour, I came across all of this within an hour, and I'm just so grateful. And I recognized it and I honored it. And I'm just realizing that more and more as I'm present and I'm understanding energies and working on my energy and the good energy that I want to bring into this world, I am just rewarded in so many amazing ways. And this is part of what I want to share with you guys. This is what I encourage you to do too, is just start opening yourself up to it. You don't have to jump right in and believe it all right away, but just listen to your instinct. Just listen, just open yourself up to it. And God, I just feel like I have to document all these amazing things that happen to me because it's just so cool. And the only thing I'm doing is just keeping in good energy and keeping the light going. And that's why I 100% consider myself a light worker in this lifetime, because now that I have found the light and I've started to move towards the light, everything, it just unfolds so beautifully and so naturally, and all of my desires are manifesting, and it's just the coolest thing, guys. You really got to try it, please. It's so much fun. If you don't believe me, I'm just going to keep making these videos and showing you all the synchronicities that are happening in my life until you realize, like, this stuff is so cool. I want you to use it for yourself. Anyway, that's my excitement for the day. This has been 10 minutes now, so I have some packing to do. Talk to you soon.